number you have dialed has been changed.
And fickle my heart and how rosy my eyes. I struggle to find any truth in your lies. And now my heart stumbles on things I know. My weakness I feel was finally shown. Lend me your eyes, I can change what you see. But your soul you must keep totally free.
We begin to regain our personal power, which is the animating force of creation, as we wake from the dream of the collective. The process of awakening is the reevaluation of beliefs and symbols that were given to us by our culture. We begin to accumulate a series of decisions based on our own personal truths, based on our personal discernment. These new personal truths coalesce into a new personal point of view. They become our new standing. This is our new dream of the world. We become less and less entangled in the dream of the collective and more invested in your personal truth. You become more and more authentic as you regain your power. This is the dream of the warrior, the second attention. We begin using our attention to regain our awareness and begin discerning and rewriting our own story. We begin to realize that there is more to the sock puppet. We begin to comprehend the force that animates the sock puppet. We begin to question everything we learned in the first attention, the collective dream. This is where you can begin to see how the process of becoming a truther, a conspiracy theorist, one of those people, becomes a necessity in the process of awakening. It's a spiritual growth process, the symptom of a spiritual growth process. Think about it. Conspiracy. You either see it or you don't. What's the difference between those that do and those that don't? It is in their use of doubt, which I would argue is the same as the concept of intuition and discernment. The truther uses doubt to question the narrative. This is the action of the warrior. They use doubt to hunt the truth. This is an act of fearlessness. In the dream of the underworld, doubt is used to protect the coveted self from the fear of dying. If they engage in doubting their belief system, they would have to let go of all of the notions that make them feel safe from death. One example, think of the concept of the government corruption. To internalize this means you have to let go of the safety, real or imagined, that structure offers. It must become something that was designed in your personal self's best interest to something that at its least may be fallible and at its worst is just straight up out to kill you. From the point of view of the coveted self, this is too terrifying to stomach. They will flee from the notion in horror. But in the dream of the warrior, each use of doubt brings personal power back to us and we grow stronger. Like any athlete's body grows more adept, so too our discernment grows more confident in its knowing of itself, of what you're made of, your authentic self. And we reach a point of not doubting. We no longer doubt ourselves. We finally see that there is only one truth. I am. This is when we reach the dream of the third attention, the dream of the upper world, when we gain our inner standing. In the dream of the world, we gain our strength and take responsibility for our story. We begin standing on our own 2 feet. We no longer rely on the understanding of the collective dream to navigate our life. We take responsibility for our personal beliefs by discerning one by one exactly what we are and what we are not, what we agree with and what we do not. We become more comfortable and more confident in our authenticity. We use our ability to doubt to gain our strength from crawling to walking. We find our authentic standing within ourselves. This is when we begin realizing that being exactly our authentic self, exactly who we are, is really very simple. It is very easy. The goal is to be alive. It is to simply live. It is to see without judgment, to be the observer, observing the art of creation. This is when the seeker becomes the seer. This is when there is finally peace. It is the peace of the acceptance of the I am, and that I am is enough, and it is all I need to be. Alright, now it's time for Radar Loves Poetry Corner, and if any of you are doing your homework, you would know that I totally hosed this man's name in the first episode. For that, I am sorry, Mr. Keenan. And in rectification of that mistake, I will actually get your name right this time, Maynard James Keenan. And these are his words, and it is titled, Rose. Don't disturb the beast, the temperamental goat, the snail, while he's feeding on the rose. Stay frozen, compromise. What I will, I am. Bend around the wind, silently blown about again. I'm treading so soft and lightly, compromising my will, I am. I am, I will. So, no longer will I lay down, play dead, play your doe in the headlights, locked down and terrified, your deer in the headlights, shot down and horrified, when push comes to pull, comes to shove, comes to step around this self-destructive dance that never would have ended until I rose. I roared aloud, here I will, I am. I am, I will. So no longer will I lay down, play dead, play this knee down, gun shy, martyr, pitiful. I rose, I roared, I will, I am. This is the end of part 2 in a 3-part series on your standing. Thanks for listening.